scivolò nel fiume a primavera. Questa di Marinella è la storia vera che scivolò nel fiume a primavera, ma il vento che la vide così bella dal fiume la portò sopra una stella, sola senza il ricordo di un dolore, vivevi senza il sogno di un amore, ma un re senza corone, senza scorta, bussò 3 volte un giorno alla tua porta. Bianco come la luna il suo cappello, come l'amore rosso il suo mantello. Tu lo seguisti senza una ragione, come un ragazzo segue l'aquilone.
Once upon a time, there was an astonishing valley ruled by a superb king. He had a lovely daughter. She had brown hair and grey eyes like the cobblestones of the river which flowed nearby. The lady loved the land and the music. Her voice was as beautiful as the one of a songbird. The time had arrived for her to look for a husband. The king had called several princes from both near and far lands to present them the future queen, hoping that she would fall in love. The king, desperate, chose to combine a competition to determine who was worthy to get the daughter's hand. For the occasion, a lot of people came from all across the world. Among these people, there was a farmer who had fallen in love with the princess and was happy to try to conquer her.
To get my daughter's hand, you have to cut down several trees in 1 hour. The one who will cut the largest number of trees will get my daughter's hand.
After the king had finished his announcement, everyone ran to take their axe and go into the woods. The poor farmer didn't have any axe, and he couldn't cut down the trees. He was sure that he had lost his lover, but he didn't notice that he had arrived in front of a river. The farmer started to cry, but all of a sudden he heard a full deep voice.
Farmer, why you cry? Who are you? I'm the spirit of the river. You with the cry of the Now tell me, why you cry?
I have fallen in love with the princess of this reign. Her father has arranged a test in order to win her hand. The suitors who will succeed in marrying her, who will cut down the most trees in an hour, but I don't have an axe, so I can marry her.
Don't despair, I can help.
That being said, the river eradicated a lot of trees, using the strength of its water and gave them to the farmer. Thanks to the help of the river, the farmer won the trial, overcoming the other contenders. The king didn't want a daughter to get married with a farmer, so he organized a second test.
Considering the result of the first test, another one will take place. The one who composed the most melodious melody will get my daughter's hand.
All the contenders started to work. The farmer went to the river again, hoping to be helped one more time.
Spirit of the river, please, I need your help.
Farmer, are you here again? I can help.
The king has organized another test. I can marry the princess only if I'm able a melody more harmonious than the other suitors.
Don't despair, farmer. I can help you.
The river made an harp with olive tree branches located close by and taught the farmer how to play it. The man learned quickly and he composed a breathtaking melody. The day after, he went to the king and played his melody, which was the best one, and won the test.
Given the outcome of the second test, another one will take place. The one who will pick up the most beautiful rose in the kingdom will marry my daughter.
Therefore, all the contenders ran to get their horses and looked for the most beautiful rose they could find. The poor farmer went back to the river to ask for help.
Spirit of the river, please, I need your help.
Farmer, are you here again? I can help.
The king has organized a third test. I can marry the princess only if I can get the most beautiful rose in all of Sicily.
Don't despair, farmer. I will help.
The river could grow the rose by itself, so the farmer only had to pick it up. The farmer, thanks to the help of the river, managed to win the third trial too. At this point, the king decided to grant his daughter in marriage to the peasant, but the princess wasn't happy.
Oh, poor me. The farmer lost me in great devotion, but not fall in love with me.
That evening, the girl cried for a long time before falling asleep. But during the night, she was awakened by the rustling of the water. As soon as she opened her eyes, she saw the river and was frightened. But then he spoke.
Don't be afraid.
What's happening? What is this voice?
I am the spirit of the river, in which you have taken many words in your life. I saw you grow up and became the beautiful lady that you are now. The farmer passed the pretext, thanks to me. He doesn't really deserve you, I only deserve your love. Run away with me.
The girl immediately fell in love with the voice of the spirit of the river. Without hesitation, decided to run away with him. Running away, the two lovers formed a fracture in their heart. To remember the moment in which they met, the river created formations of different shapes on the wall of the garden. This place will be called forever by the people who will inhabit Golden La Casa.
Questa è la tua canzone,
Marinella, che sei volata in cielo su una stella, e come tutte le più belle cose, vivresti solo un giorno come le rose, e come tutte le più belle cose, vivresti solo un giorno come le rose.
Thank you very much. I would like to say your names. So the narrators are Georgia, here Georgia, please an applause, and Francesco. Thank you very much. Then we have Lisa, who took care of audios and videos. Dimitri is our singer. The farmer, the beautiful farmer, the handsome farmer who's free by the way. Andrea, our majestic king, very the beautiful princess of our kingdom of Sicily, Martina, and me. who wrote this fairy tale. The fairy tale was written, so it is an original script. It was written for the Erasmus Plus project, so it is one of the examples of how much the Erasmus project can produce. And this script was based on that fairy tale, so an applause for Sonia, even if she's